We're going to talk now about roundhouse kicks, and we've got Mr. Nelson with us. Mr. Nelson's going to do some demonstrating of the roundhouse kicks. So if you're at home and you're ready for doing some exercising, the first thing we need to do is do what? That's right, we've got to warm up. So if you need to do the warm up, then you've got to look at the link below and click on the warm up video and do the warm up first. Whenever we do any sort of kicking, it's imperative that we warm our muscles up, because we don't want to get injuries, we don't want to get hurt, because that will stop us doing our training, and then we'll be sat there with sore legs and not be able to do anything. So your first job is to do some warming up. Now, we always do a few star jumps. I'm just going to ask Mr. Nelson just to do a few star jumps now, just to warm up. But before we start this video, where you go, Mr. Nelson? Before we started this video, Mr. Nelson did do some stretching. This video is going to be aimed at the beginners, so if you're white belt to orange belt, this is going to be a great video for you to have a look at, because it's going to go through some detail on some of the things that you need to do to get your roundhouse kick really good. Now listen, don't worry, it's not going to be as good as Mr. Nelson's, because Mr. Nelson's been training for, probably over 10 years, and he's on his way to get his master's belt. So don't worry if your kicks aren't as good as Mr. Nelson's, but they will be if you follow what he does and you practice your moves at home. So, first of all, let's have a look at how we do some basics for the roundhouse kick. So the first thing that I think we should look at, Mr. Nelson, is the mechanics of how a roundhouse kick works. So if we can start off with one leg back, whichever leg you like, so you can follow along with this at home, put one leg back behind you. The first thing we want to try and do on the roundhouse kick, because the roundhouse kick comes around, so we've got to somehow get the kick around. So let's watch one first, maybe a sort of a middle section one, Mr. Nelson, and then we'll talk about what's happened. Perfect. So did you see how when Mr. Nelson did a roundhouse kick, how his whole body twisted, and his hips twisted, and his standing foot twisted? Let's watch again. Watch the standing foot this time. Perfect. Now this time, focus your attention on his hips. Perfect. Now watch the trajectory. That's a big word for the angle that the leg comes round at. Watch where the leg comes from. Watch the foot and all the leg. Go. All right, so let's break that down a little bit. So Mr. Nelson, let's just take a quarter step forward. I think we can do that. No, half a step back. My fault. Perfect. Have a look down. Let's focus in on the foot. So let's see if I can do this without making it look terrible. Mr. Nelson, let's demonstrate the foot twisting. So we're going to do an exercise. Mr. Nelson's going to stand up on one leg. He's going to rotate, and he's going to twist his standing foot to the backhand, turn back again. So he starts off with his toes facing the front, go. And as he does the move, he twists all the way around towards the back. There it is. That's it. So starting at the front, twisting round. Now this is your first exercise. Let's try and do this with Mr. Nelson 5 times on the spot. Away you go. So Mr. Nelson's going to do 5 more, because I guess you were just watching last time. So let's do 5 with him. Perfect. 3 left. Try and twist that standing foot round. It's a great starting exercise for us. Brilliant. Okay, now we better change legs. Change legs at home. Let's go. 5 more times, Mr. Nelson. Perfect. Let's get you back in shot. Keep going. 3 more at home. 2 more. That's it. Right, perfect. So you should have done now 5 of those on each side, step it up. Now the next thing we're going to do is just practice a bit of balance and another exercise. So Mr. Nelson, let's do the lifting our leg to the side position. That's it. And we're going to try and hold that for 5 seconds. Let's do 5 seconds. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put it down. Brilliant. Have a little rest. Let's go again. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Again. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do 2 more. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 1 more. Go. 5, 4, 3. What? Pardon? 1. Only kicking. Right, change legs. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are you doing this at home? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is that 5? 73. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just like in class. Up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Easy, challenging? Easy for you, possibly challenging for the white belts. So if you find that challenging at home and you're new, don't worry, but look, this is where you're going to be when you've been coming long enough. Right, let's just have a look next at we're going to combine a couple of things now. We're going to combine the picking our leg up, we're going to combine the twisting, and we're going to combine the movement for a roundhouse kick. So let's watch Mr. Nelson demonstrate. But we're not actually doing the kick. Have a little look. We're just doing the motion and pay particular attention to your hip area. Mr. Nelson, just 45 on a slight angle, and maybe do one that way. That's it. Do a couple that way, and then take the other 45 for me if you don't mind. Take this angle here on the video. You can see there how the hips are twisting more, and you see how his hips are twisting round. That's it, and then a few more towards the front. So look at this. Hips are facing forward now, and then as we do the kick or the position, look, hips are sideways. So you've got this sideways position. Perfect. Thanks, Mr. Nelson. So that's our next step now to getting a really great roundhouse kick. So well done. I think we better do the other side for a few. So at home, have you done your first 5? So if you haven't done your first 5 and you didn't follow along with Mr. Nelson then, you've got to pause the video. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. Just press pause now on your laptop, on your iPhone, on your smart TV. Press pause. Fantastic. So you've done 5 on that side. So now when you're ready to keep in time with Mr. Nelson, and we're going to do 5 on the other side. Let's go. 5. Now look at that position. Look how you're going to try and get. And so another one. Perfect. Now if you're an advanced student watching this, there's loads of things that you need to be working on as well. And what I'd like the advanced students to think about is their hand position during the kick. Now we're doing another video that you can tune into if you want to watch the more advanced movements that we're going to do. But this video, as you remember, is all aimed at just the beginners, and these are the fundamentals that you need to get your moves really good. So, well done so far. You can take a little break, grab a bottle of water, have a drink, put me on pause, and then we can get going again. Mr. Nelson, we're going to change legs. And now we're going to work on actually doing the roundhouse kick. Now, we don't need any equipment to practice the roundhouse kick. That's the great thing about home training, the great thing about our martial art is that you can do it anywhere. You don't have to be at the club. You can do it at home, you can do it on holiday, you can do it in the morning, you can do it at night. And that's brilliant because as well as coming to class, training at home is a really important part of your journey to staying fit and healthy and being well and getting to master level. So if you want to get to master level one day, then training at home is an important part, and all the senior members do train at home. So let's have a look. So we're going to just work we've been relaxed about our stance today, but we're going to throw the roundhouse kick now from the back stance specifically. So Mr. Nelson's now adjusting to a back stance. There's another video that you can click on where Master Smy's demonstrating some of the stances. Click on that and it talks about the stance itself. So that's not for now, have a look at that video. But let's have a look now at doing a roundhouse kick. Now if we're in the beginner's class, we want to start low. There's nothing wrong with that. Kicking low down and kicking towards somebody's knee is one of the most effective places that you can strike somebody. So a low kick is usually better than a high kick. So nothing wrong with kicking low. So let's have a look now at some of the low kicks. We've got 2 foot positions that we predominantly use when doing a roundhouse kick. And Mr. Nelson's going to start off by demonstrating with the top of the foot. Now beginners don't have to learn terminology, but while you're at home, by the way, there's another video and live stream about terminology that you can tune into, and details will be on. If you've not seen it already, the details will be coming up. But if you do want to learn the terminology, the roundhouse kick is called Tolyochagi. And Mr. Nelson's now going to demonstrate a low section roundhouse kick, and the terminology for low or low section is Hadan. So he's going to do a Hadan Tolyochagi. Why don't you repeat it after me? Ready? Hadan. Now. Tolyochagi. That's it. Hadan Tolyochagi. And he's going to use the instep or the top of the foot called Baljong. Baljong. Okay, let's watch some low section roundhouse kicks. How many should we do at home for the beginners? 5, I'm thinking they're good, our beginners. Let's do 10, let's do 10. Here we go. Stay along with Mr. Nelson. Here we are. 1, beautiful, look at that. 2, brilliant. 3, shall we have a look at a different angle? 4, maybe adjust your angle a bit. 5, here we go, look at it from that angle. 6, what about another angle? 7, 8, what about sort of towards the back a bit? Maybe the back a bit. 9, what about the other back, the last one? 10. That angle's quite good because that's the angle that you're following on from. I like that angle. Right, everybody change legs, face in front again, Mr. Nelson. So let's do the other leg now. Here we go. 1, keep up. 2, you don't need a rest yet. 3, work along at home. 4, 5, it's only going to work if you do it. 6, that's it. 7, 8, oh look at the different angles you're seeing here. 9, 10. Now, change legs round again, we're going to have a bit of fun. Mr. Nelson, we're going to do 12 kicks. And I want each kick at every point on the clock. So we're going to go round in a circle at, well we're going backwards here, it's not really helping. But at home, if you've got your other leg, we'd be going 1, 2, 3, 4, but we're going this way around, going anti-clockwise. So we're going 12, 11, 10, 9, you get the idea. Here we go, try and keep up with him. Ready, go! That's it, keep going, keep going, keep going. I think we can go a bit faster, they can work these beginners. How many is that? 3. Now look where we are, we're at 9 o'clock. Good work, good work. 7 o'clock, let's get to 6 o'clock. Come on, keep going. It will be 6 o'clock by the time you've done this, you don't get a move on. Keep moving, keep moving. 3 more. Here we are, 2 more, and 1 more. Perfect. Let's change legs. Let's do the other leg. Go! 1. We're not resting yet, we're resting in a minute. 2, 3, keep going. We're at 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Hope the young people here are learning to tell the time because now we're all digital. Nobody knows how to read a clock anymore. Fortunately, Mr. Nelson does. I think he only missed 11 out, so I think we're okay. So well done, Mr. Nelson. Did you miss 11 out?
I think so.
You think you missed 11 out? Okay, all right, well done. You might not have done. Right, well done, Mr. Nelson. Should I take a rest? Because that would have been a little bit tiring. All right, good. And that's what you want. We want you to get your heart rate up a little bit. We want you to get moving a little bit. We don't want you just to be sat on the couch or playing video games or colouring. You've got to be doing all the other good stuff. Remember, if there are any of the young people watching this video, and there'll be another video on it, we want to see, all the instructors want you to post things that you've done at home for the younger people, homework you've been working on, things that you've been doing that we can give you the academic achievement badge for. Because when we get back to it, and we're going to get back to it, then you might even have 3 or 4 badges. You could even record yourself at home, beginners, doing the roundhouse kick, and we'll let you know when this is happening. And if you post it into your instructor or post it online on one of our Facebook pages for your school, and your instructor says that's a great roundhouse kick, you can get the roundhouse kick while training at home. Nothing's stopping, everything's online. It's going to be awesome. Keep with it. Right, what's next, Mr. Nelson? Are we going a bit higher? Right, let's have a look now at doing the roundhouse kick a bit higher. And in the beginners class, we're not going to go all the way to full height. But just so you know what you've got to do eventually, Mr. Nelson's now going to demonstrate 2 or 3 serious roundhouse kicks so you know what you're aiming at and what we're all trying to do. Are you ready for this? Mr. Nelson, now we're going to use the ball of the foot on these ones. So what Mr. Nelson's going to demonstrate is kicking with the toes curled back and the ball of the foot. So see if you can see it. See how fast it is. Watch one. Perfect. 2. Good. 3. Whoa, okay. 4. Brilliant. 5. So this is a more advanced version of the roundhouse kick. If you want to try a few of those at home, you're absolutely welcome. But we're going to go to middle section now in the beginners one. And there'll be another tutorial for the advanced section. And then you can join in on the advanced section tutorial if you want to. Even if you're a white belt and you want to click on that and watch it and follow on, you're very welcome. Right, let's go back to our training now. Back off the couch now. We had that intermission with Mr. Nelson. We're going to do some middle section roundhouse kicks. Now when you do a middle section roundhouse kick, you can kick into the solar plex. Or if there's a gap and an opening, we can kick into the ribs or the kidneys. for our middle section ones. So let's work along with Mr. Nelson now. We're still using the top of the foot. What was it called? What was it called? Bal jung. Bal jung. Here we go. 1, middle section, perfect. 2, look at that, let's check the height. 3, let's check the height. 4, kidneys, great. Ribs, 5. So the middle section one could be there or there. 6, beautiful, well maybe more there for the kidneys, but 7, we get the idea. 8, solar plex. Now on the solar plex, why don't you try 2 of the advanced foot positions? Let's have a look at this. Toes curled back, hit him with the ball of the foot. Perfect. 1 more. 10. Great work. Let's change legs, everybody. Let's do 10 on the other side. Are you ready? 1. Keep along at home. 2. 3. Now, as well as these videos, 4 for like helping with the technical aspect. 5. Keep moving. 6. We've got to be doing some videos. 7. 8. Keep going. Giving you suspense. 9. And 1 more. 10. Perfect job. Oh, and shut. Take a break, Mr. Nelson. We're going to be doing some videos that involve kicking and exercising. They're going to be like fitness kick videos, so like fitness moving, fitness kickboxing type videos that you can join in, and they'll be shorter videos of 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and you can join in with those exercises, and you can get a bit of aerobic work done as well. Having said that, is that quite aerobic for a beginner? Is that like plenty? So just doing that every day is going to be awesome for you working on your roundhouse kick. And I promise you, if you practice that every day, when this is all over, you'll all be kicking like Mr. Nelson. But only if you practice it. Okay, Mr. Nelson, well done. Thank you very much for that tutorial on how to do kicking for the beginners. Have a look at the advanced one if you want to. You can join in with it, and there we're going to be using some equipment. If you have not got any equipment at home, we're going to tell you what you can do. We're going to be doing some higher kicks, some slightly different roundhouse kicks, but you can have a look at that tutorial if you want to. But for today, with your warm-up, you've done your warm-up video, you've done really well. There's one more video you should check out today that you should definitely do, and that's your workout of the week with Miss Brown. So have a look for that workout of the week with Miss Brown. If you're following that plan and that system, you should be doing Miss Brown's workout every day, and every day it gets a little bit harder, and some days it gets a bit easier, and it might get a bit harder again. So day 1 might be quite easy to follow, day 2 will be a bit more challenging, but on that video we tell you how to do it and what to do and how to keep along. Also, there'll be some other videos coming from some of the other instructors as well. There'll be live ones that you can jump on, so we'll let you know about those as well. Thanks very much for watching.